It's almost that time, the changing of the seasons. Pumpkins, leaves changing their colors. But the best part about fall means you can really start dressing. With the oppressive heat of summer finally lifting, fashion MFs can finally get to that point where they can start getting fits off again. Thank God you don't have to performatively drink matcha and listen to Claro to show that you are a cultured individual. But the question is how do you make sure your fall fits have the most aura? What's good, everybody? My name is Karsten Craning, back at it again with another YouTube video. If you don't know me, I'm a fashion designer who sometimes makes YouTube videos with Wojaks in them. And today I'm talking about fall wardrobe upgrades. Or whether you're going back to school, or you're just looking for some more fit inspo this fall, these are the items or clothing pieces that can really upgrade your wardrobe to make sure you have the most aura this fall. So for every category of item I'm going to talk about today, I'll be giving examples of real listings on Grailed that I have curated that I would specifically buy for each category. And the thing is you can actually go shop all of the items I'm going to talk about in this video by clicking the link down below. These are all items I've specifically curated from my own personal favorites tab. So if you want to know what specifically I would buy to upgrade my wardrobe in these general categories, so every piece of clothing that I will be showing is shoppable via Grailed. With that being said, let's just get right into it and talk about these items. One of the most important pieces of tech I'm gonna put you on today is the concept of upgrading your wardrobe with the perfect button-up. A button-up is an absolute staple for the fall. It can be casual, worn in a little bit more of a formal way. But the type of button-up you get is important. I'm not telling you to just go throw on some random Oxford. That horsepower polo is not necessarily gonna do the job. There is an art to finding the perfect button-up. And that art is in finding a button-up that isn't necessarily tailored to be worn under a sport coat. Instead is more of either a work shirt or a field shirt is definitely a staple. Most of the time when people buy a button-up, they don't realize it, but it's actually tailored to be worn under something else. But button-ups that are meant to stand alone as either a work shirt or a field shirt or something along the lines of that tend to be way better pieces and much more versatile in your wardrobe because they can be worn under things, but they can also be worn as the outer layer and they just fit a lot better. A great example of this is this Black Merrill field shirt I'm wearing, which this one has some pretty interesting details to it, like this interesting collar, the beautiful material, and then of course the double layer sleeves. It's tailored in a way that it can be worn under something, but it can also be its own standalone piece and look great. And Black Merrill tends to use a bunch of really cool materials, and there are a bunch of examples down on Grailed. There are just a lot of variations. These button-ups really level up a fit beyond your basic button-up. But Black Merrill isn't the only example of this. Carpe Diem has some beautiful dyed ones, and some of these ones in leather are also amazing and could definitely level up your wardrobe. M.A. Cross has some really interesting ones that have some very interesting openings to them. I've looked at these a ton. And then Isaac Selim Experience has some of these scar stitch ones that are absolute grails. Kangyak has these button-ups that are dyed in this oil wash. And if you want something cleaner than these examples, I am always on the hunt and looking at these Valence button-ups. For example, the Valence field shirt or the Valence component shirt. These designs are a little bit cleaned up and less grungy than the others and are made out of great materials as well. There are a lot of amazing examples of how you can upgrade the button-ups in your wardrobe for fall to be amazing standalone pieces.
Remember me as you fall to sleep.
Listen, in fall you're going to do a ton of activities, likely outside, like going to a pumpkin patch or something. And you'll need somewhere to store all those wired headphones you've been listening to Dean Blunt out of, and the perfect way to do that is with a great pair of cargo pants. Upgrading your wardrobe and finding a really great fitting pair of cargo pants to me is an absolute essential. Cargo pants never really go out of style, and my recommendation to you is to really invest in a pair that not only fit you well, but also are sort of able to stand on their own beyond trends. And for me, I'd recommend maybe a pair in ripstop or waxed cargo pants. There are a lot of different levels to cargo pants. Some of the favorite ones that I've been eyeing are these ones from Boris Bajan Saberi. They have a great fit and this sort of rugged look to them, but the material and the wax quality of them is super nice. I've seen them in person, and these have sort of been haunting me in my Grailed favorites for a while. They also fit with this really amazing structure to them, but they aren't so avant-garde or too baggy or too skinny, but really just this balanced fit. These attachment ones are also super cool. Andamula has some great classic ones as well, and these Verdi Ann ones are super unique in a super subtle, interesting way. And of course, there's always the classic Jacove cargo pants, which fit amazing. There are a lot of options at a lot of different price levels if you're looking for a good pair of cargo pants. But upgrading your wardrobe and finding sort of a pair of cargo pants that fits reasonably out of a nice material can really upgrade your wardrobe this fall. Alright, so the first wardrobe upgrade I think everyone should at least consider is cycling out and finding their new perfect fitting t-shirt. What is a perfect fitting t-shirt? It's that one t-shirt that's the go-to. Most people for years now have considered the boxy cropped t-shirt to be the perfect fitting t-shirt. But I think at this point, the times are changing. More and more people are becoming more cognizant that hiding your shoulders in a big boxy t-shirt may not look as good as an actual tailored slimming t-shirt that is actually meant to complement your body instead of hiding it. Again, not that there's anything objectively wrong with liking or wearing a boxy t-shirt, but oftentimes I think a more fitting, slim t-shirt actually can look better on people and upgrade your fit by a lot. I think a few examples of this that I've found of t-shirts that really do this well are, first of all, Arc'teryx Valence. They have both their Servian model as well as their frame tees. Both of these t-shirts tend to fit people really, really well, tailored in such a precise way that they tend to complement people quite well. Frame t-shirt is also made out of a beautiful merino wool, but merino is actually very, very soft, very, very comfortable. I think it's one of the most premium materials you can get as far as a t-shirt goes. And if you're looking for that perfect staple t-shirt in your wardrobe, a t-shirt made out of merino wool that fits like this is definitely the way to go. The other brand which I've found makes really, really great t-shirts that tend to fit people's shoulders quite well is the Rick Owens level tee. Specifically the older models of the Rick Owens level tee. Newer level tees tend to be a bit more cropped and boxy. The older Rick level tees tend to have this good fit on the shoulders. Older models also seem to be made of more premium materials. Great because you can find a bunch of these level tees that are super affordable on Grailed, and they're actually better materials than what you're going to find in a Rick Owens store right now, in my opinion. And again, all of the examples I'm showing you can shop down below with the link. But for the fall, one of the things I think you should definitely do is upgrade that boxy crop t-shirt to a more fitted t-shirt that tends to complement your shoulders more. This year there have been a lot of trends in denim, specifically selvage denim and Eddie Dior denim. And while I know it's easy to live off of just your pair of selvage denim, one way I think you can upgrade your denim rotation this fall is with patchwork denim. It's a style of denim that I've really been drawn to this past year, ever since I saw the Dior Homme Autumn Winter 07 Navigate patchwork denim, which are just so clean and such a unique take on patchwork denim. I love how the different patches are very clean and have these really unique shapes to them. But Dior Homme is not the only place that makes great patchwork denim. I also love Junya Watanabe and what he's done under Comme des Garçons, where he has a bunch of really unique and creative takes on patchwork denim. My favorite being these from 2016, which has all of these really beautiful pinstripe patches and these black patches with slightly different patterns on them. Very subtle, and that's kind of what I like about a patchwork denim. It's not necessarily about having super loud patches, but the shapes and structures of the patches on the denim itself. These ones from Autumn Winter 07 are also really cool. They have these beautiful leather patches on them, which I just also think really have an amazing, cool texture to them. This fall, you don't just have to buy clean selvage denim or your Eddie Dior denim. Take a look into patchwork denim. With both cargo pants and patchwork denim, what's really cool about them is they have a slightly different structure and silhouette that they bring to the table, but not in a way that's necessarily too loud. With the changing of seasons means, of course, yes, you can also wear outerwear. It's an exciting time for everybody, but I think specifically there are a few outerwear types that everyone should have in some capacity that I think can really upgrade your wardrobe. And the first that I would recommend above all the others is definitely getting an overcoat. One of the reasons I think everyone should own an overcoat is because of how versatile and how good they look on everybody. You can easily sort of level up a more casual fit with an overcoat. You can wear an overcoat over a hoodie and some jeans, and it just adds this really cool layering to it. Or you can wear that same overcoat in a more dressed up, formal look with like a button up or sweater underneath, and it also looks great. An overcoat has the ability to upgrade your wardrobe in a lot of different circumstances, and they basically just look good on everyone. Some of my favorites on Grailed of overcoats are definitely from Comme des Garçons, Comme des Garçons Homme, Comme des Garçons Homme Plus, Comme des Garçons Evergreen. I'll have a lot of options for overcoats because for over 40 years at this point, Comme des Garçons has been making sort of more formal suiting like this, and they've just done so many cool different takes on an overcoat, all with really cool different styles and variations. For example, this one is in a more interesting material that's caught my eye. This other one has this interesting sort of stripe going through it. Subtle things that they change. But the other great thing about Comme des Garçons overcoats is you can find a lot of them for pretty affordable prices used. Another few overcoats that I really like are from On the Moulemeister. They have this more elegant and sort of formal double-breasted one that I quite like. But then on the complete opposite end of things, they have this more industrial looking bal macon overcoat that I also like. That's the thing about overcoats. You can find more sort of traditional, elegant looking ones, or there are more contemporary ones as well. You just sort of have to find the one that fits your own personal style. There's also been this one from Professor E, dressed in a really amazing way and has this cool silk lining to it. There are a lot of different options and a lot of different routes you can take with an overcoat. You can go more basic, or you can do something with a little bit more character to it. But whatever you do, I definitely urge you to think about upgrading your wardrobe with one of these this fall. While an overcoat is sort of a more formal, endearing clothing item that I think really complements the wardrobe, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, I think everyone also needs just a killer denim jacket. Listen, every guy just needs a cool jacket. Never forget that. That has that James Dean vibe, either super rugged or super slick. And I think a denim jacket really fills that category. There are a lot of options you can go down. You can go in a more slick sort of wax direction, or you can go in that more rugged trucker direction. One brand that makes a lot of amazing denim jackets is, of course, Rick Owens. Besides their leather jacket offerings, sort of the reason they originally got big was because they made amazing leather and denim jackets. And I am always browsing Grailed looking at them. One of the ones that have been in my favorite tabs for a while is the Spring Summer 03 Sucker Ball denim jacket. Just an amazing waxed look. From Spring Summer 05, Scorpio also have an amazing wash to them. Fall Winter 07 Exploder is an amazing season for Rick outerwear in general, but the denim jackets he produced this season have this super cool mud wash to them that also looks like they've been waxed. It's just a really unique look and texture and feel they have to them, and they're just super gorgeous. Spring Summer 16 Cyclops Rick Owens denim jackets have this sort of gradient patch thing going on, which is definitely a more unique sort of slick avant-garde look, which I think is super cool. But if you want to go in the more opposite direction, there are also the Stooge hybrid leather denim jackets he's created that have a denim jacket body but leather sleeves, and these also have always caught my eye personally. Julius also makes amazing denim jackets. Julius tends to play with the pattern more in their denim jackets, so they have these sort of untraditional, technical, slick, futuristic looks to them, but making sure you have a denim jacket, just your essential cool guy jacket, is definitely something I would recommend upgrading for the fall. My last outerwear recommendation of something I think you should upgrade or have in your wardrobe is having a good jacket that can actually face the elements quite well. Fall is filled with the elements. Leaves are falling, wind is blowing, there might be rain, there might even be snow. Trifecta of jackets is sort of the overcoat, which you can wear in those more formal settings, like on a date or something. The trucker jacket, which you can wear to a cool party or when you're driving your car really fast. And then like a parka or some sort of jacket with a hood that actually protects you from the weather. And getting one that you actually like and feel comfortable with can definitely help upgrade your wardrobe. My favorites of these sort of jackets by far is this jacket by Black Merrill. It's called the double front parka, but I love the way it's dyed. I love the fabric of it. The silhouette is absolutely beautiful. Been thinking about picking one of these up for a while because it's just such an amazing, beautiful looking parka. There's also a really similar Julius MA jacket that I've also thought about picking up for quite a while. But if you're looking for something that's hyper protective, the Valence Isogon is a super great pick. It has a really cool, clean look, but is made for mixed weather situations, which means it's super breathable, but also is weatherproof to some degree. So it's a little bit more practical, a little bit less grungy, but still fits really well and is really cool. Some more affordable options that I've seen too are from Kazuki Humagi's Attachment. They have a bunch of down jackets with hoods as well as shells that just look really, really great. And I've just had in my Grailed favorites for the longest time. There's sort of a mix between that more grungy and that more technical look. And the silhouettes just look great. And they've been in my Grailed likes for a while.
You think God or the devil's in your brain, either megalomaniac or in full shade.
All right, so for my final recommendation of how to upgrade your wardrobe, biggest item you might want to consider spending the most money on to upgrade in your wardrobe is actually whatever bag you're using. Backpacks can look good. For example, this Julius backpack has been in my Grailed favorites for a while and just looks absolutely gorgeous. The thing about backpacks is that sometimes they can look bad with certain fits, whereas if you get a crossbody, they tend to just sort of go with more fits easier. Whether it's sort of a messenger bag, like a satchel of some sort, they tend to complement wider variety of fits, whereas a backpack can sometimes brick a fit. So whether you're going back to school or you need a bag upgrade for going back to work, definitely recommend checking out upgrading to some sort of crossbody instead. There are options in a variety of price points. For example, there are these really beautiful vintage one that I found. And if you want to spend more money and really invest in something, for example, there's this MA Cross embryo bag, which I've just been watching for forever. Super great quality leather. MA Cross is known for their craftsmanship. And this is the sort of bag that lasts you a lifetime if you want to make that investment. Julius also has had a couple of bags I've seen where the leather quality looks great and they have this sort of unique look to them. And Rick Owens actually has quite a few bags that I think are super underrated. There's the Spring Summer 19 Babel Multimedia Enormous bag, which just has a super unique look to it, and you definitely wouldn't have to worry about holding all of your stuff in there. There's also the Spring Summer 18 Cargo Mesh bag, which is this really unique silhouette. I haven't really seen something like this before, but upgrading your bag, since most people have theirs with them every day, is something I would consider, because it is the item that you're always going to wear with your fit, and sometimes it may make or break it. And just keep in mind that a good crossbody will look better with 90% of fits. Thanks again to Grailed for sponsoring this video, and again, if you saw any pieces you like, they're down below. Just go click on the link to see my personally curated items. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. And thank you again for watching this video, and have an amazing day.